Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is again Trish at Creativemind, and today I'm going to be showing you the second part of my charm making from my polymer clay that I did in the previous video. And today I'm going to be making them into a mold, and I might go ahead and pour a couple, see how they turned out. I had to take my charms in the house and bake them. What I should have boiled them because I burnt the crap out of them, because I got a gas stove and I wasn't thinking, and I left the stove. I wasn't paying attention to the time and I left them in there a little too long, so they are crispy. See how crispy they are? They are burnt. They are burned to a crisp, but no worries, because we're not going to use them. I just need these to make my molds. I'm not going to do anything else with these except make molds out of them. And I kind of like that they kind of overcooked, because it kind of bubbled right here in the middle, right there, the coat spot, so it gave more texture. So it's not bad. And the rice paper stuck to it. But like I said, I'm not going to be using these for anything other than making molds out of them. I might have a problem with my book though, because it bubbled like a little bit on the spine, and I don't like that. I'm gonna see if I can cut that off with my X-Acto, but if it's a bubble on there, it might just, I probably should leave it alone. No? Might be alright. Let's see if I can cut that down, because it did kind of bubble, and I don't want that bubble in there. So I am kind of cutting that off a little bit, because I don't want the bubble. And see, that's exactly why I should have left it alone, because that right there, now I got a hole. I have a hole there. I have a hole. That's exactly what I was afraid of. I'll cut that off. I have a hole right there. I'm gonna see if I can plug it up with something. I don't know, because it's gonna show up in my mold, and I don't want that. That is going to show up in my mold. Then again, I probably could fix it. I don't know. Might not be too bad. We'll try it. Okay, so yeah, these are my crispy pieces that I burnt. Again, no biggie. We're not using for anything other than making molds, so let's get to it. Alright, so I'm going to be using this stuff today. This is the Amazing Mold Putty. I've always used this. I want to try some other kind, like the liquid kind. And I've also actually made some molds from, what was it? Silicone, the stuff you put around your windows or your tub or whatever. Clear silicone and cornstarch, I think it was. Worked pretty good. And it's cheaper, so yeah, I might go back to that. But let's go ahead and making these. Okay, now to make my molds, for those of you who have never heard of Amazing Mold Putty, never seen a video on it, because there's lots of videos on out there how to use this. I am going to show you how this. It's pretty much the same thing with any mold, with anything that you'll make copy. You've seen, I don't know if you've seen them or not, but there are videos out there where people have done tutorials or shown how they copy a piece, like a metal piece or some piece they got. You just copy anything. Just about. Let me see. What am I doing? Oh, okay. I don't want to dig my hands in. I need something to scoop that out. Let's use my fork. We're going to do the book first. We're going to do the book first. And what you need is equal parts of both A and B. This is B, this is A. You need equal parts, and how I do it is I kind of roll up in a ball a little bit and kind of eyeball it. And this one looks like it has slightly more, so we'll just add to this one, because I'd rather have too much and not enough. I mean, well, actually, I'd rather have it the other way around. I'd rather have it not enough than too much, because with this stuff, even if there's an imperfection in mold, you can always add to it. And I'm eyeballing this. What is that? Let me get that out of there. And I'm thinking it looks about, I don't know why. This is still smaller. I switched hands because it just felt like it was smaller in one hand, so I switched hands and it still felt smaller. So I don't know what in a ball. Okay, now it's better. Okay, now you only got, I don't remember how long you got to mix this. I just, nope, wrong box. Where's the box? Where's the freaking box? My box grew legs and walked off. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, measure equal parts, mix thoroughly. You have so many minutes before it starts setting up. You got 3 minutes. Amount of time, 3 minutes is the amount of time allowed to mix and form the putty over your item before the material begins to harden. And then it'll take about 15 or 20 minutes to actually harden. Then you can take it out of the mold. But yeah, so we're going to start this. You know, I'm going to put down some wax paper under this because I don't want my mold getting all nasty on this nasty mat. Okay. Okay, so here's our piece that we're going to be doing. I'm going to make this be my flat side. Let's see, I don't know, because this is, wait a minute, this piece also has funky bubbles. Let me see if I can cut these down. Hopefully they don't have the little air pockets under them. Cut it down just a little bit at least. Like I said, I got a gas stove, and it cooks different than electric, and I forgot all about it. As I overcooked my pieces. Nope, they got an air pocket. I'm not gonna cut that anymore. Probably won't, like I said, I'm gonna make another one anyway. Another small one, because this one is bigger than the one that I made before. I'm gonna show you. I showed it to you when I did the first video. But see how much bigger it is? I didn't think I wanted that big. I mean, I like that size, but that's like huge compared to the one I made before. Okay, so I'm gonna make another one. Probably slightly bigger than that one, but still smaller than this one. Alright, so let's get to mixing. So we just gotta mix this until all the swirls and it's a lighter yellow. Not too much lighter, but it'll be a lighter yellow than what the B part started out as. And you just mix and mix and mix and mix and mix. And before, I used to push my pieces into my mold, into the putty, but now I like it doing it's got like a flat surface, because I think that's good and mixed. Now you're rolling a ball to get all the creases, because you don't want any creases in your piece. So you just roll it until there are no creases in your ball. Okay, now before I used to take it and push it in there, and then you have the curled edges up on, and let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me see. Okay, there's one piece. Let's try this piece. Okay. See, now you see, I used to curl my pieces around this. You know what? I'll explain to you. I gotta do this before my mold starts to putty. So this time, I'm going to. Let me see what side I'm going to use. I'm going to push this around my clay. And I'll show you what I mean when it gets done. And like I said, with this stuff, I'd rather have not enough to too much, because it goes a long way, but then it doesn't go a long way. And the thing about it is that if there's like a thin part in your mold, you can make some more of that and it will stick on itself. Even after this sets, you can put another piece on it, it'll stick on itself. So I don't want this kind of like a flat bottom, so when I pour it, it'll be level when I pour in the thing. And I'm just going to work this around. I'm going to kind of pick this up, and you see that? Now I need to move this back off of the piece because I don't want anything covering that, but you still want it pushed in. You see how, so when you pour it, you have a flat surface. See right here, I might have to add another piece onto that side. I'm going to move this back, uncovering the piece. I'm going to put it back down, but I want to make sure that it's pushed in too. But you pull these sides back from the piece, and so it's have a flat surface. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So now it's going to set for like 15-20 minutes. Okay, now see this right here, see how it's flat? Because I laid the piece down and then I push it over it. This one, I push my piece into the mold, and see now I got this rolled edge around the edge. I mean, it still works, but you know, you get a better pour and a better clean backing when you pour it that way. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Because sometimes when you pour it the other way, you get like a lot of flashing, and it just doesn't, you know. So I'm going to show you this while that's setting. I'm going to show you the difference in what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's see. I've got some pieces here, and I'll show you the difference in what I'm talking about, on how it looks when you depending on how the bottom looks. And you can still get the same thing even if it is a level piece. You just get more of that rolled edge, and I don't like that. Or that little mound on the back, I don't like it. I mean, you can still get the same thing if you pour too much resin in it, but you get more of a even pour, or you can see it better when you don't have that. I'm trying to find some good examples. Here, that's one. And here's one. Okay. Alright. Now, this is this piece. But again, I poured too much. I just poured it so it got that little raised little mound on the back, that little dome on the back. I don't like that. Now that's only because I poured too much. But again, if you have it level, it's more easier for you to pour it and not over pour when it's right like this. And then it'll be flat like this. If you poured it evenly and didn't pour too much, then it'll be flat like that. And so when I want to use this, it'll lay on my surface where I want to stick it to or whatever, but it still has that rolled edge, and I just want it flat like that. I'd rather have it flat like this than have it a little dome on the back like that. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So again, it's just easier to have not do an over pour if you have a flat surface than you have a rolled surface. Because when you pour it, you're going to want to be pouring until it gets to that rolled edge. Yeah. If you ever do this, or ones that you have done this, made these resin pieces, then you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's what that is. So let me put this back up, and that's going to be, we're going to go ahead and get another piece. We're going to, let me put this back. We're going to make a piece for this piece. I'm gonna mix up some for this. I'm gonna again use my more, and this is gonna take quite a bit. Oh, by the way, this I got this at Hobby Life for $19.99, and I always use a coupon with it. Okay, so just like that. And then we're going to get that part A. And this is like polymer clay. It will not harden or set or anything. This can be open all the time. It's not going to set if it's not mixed with the other part. It's not going to harden like that until it's mixed. So I can leave this open and it won't even dry out. Okay. Looks like this one white has a bit more, so let's add some more yellow. That's a teeny bit more part B. I got to say feel the same in the hand to me. That's how I feel that they are the same. Sometimes I can eyeball, but then sometimes, you know, I'm just gonna take a little bit from this because I feel like it's still too much. Okay. Okay, that's better. Now it feels even. I mean, sometimes you can eyeball it, but then if it feels different in the same hand, I don't know. Again. Alright, let's mix this. And again, we got 3 minutes to mix this. Get all the swirls and everything. Just come thoroughly mixed. It'll be a slightly lighter yellow. Just gonna knead until sometimes just when it's bigger, more of it, just either to rip it apart and mix it real good. Okay, now I'm going to roll it in a bowl. Again, see them creases. Make sure you roll it and there's no crease because you don't want those. Again, they will show up in your piece. So we're going to, again, roll it out, and then I'm going to roll it like this, smash it a little bit, and I'm going to lay this out. I'm going to try and roll some of this down. I probably should have put it in the middle. And look, let me see. I'm going to cut some of this off. That's too much at the top. And put it down here. Oops. And see, now I'll probably get, I don't know why I did that, because now I'm pretty sure I'll probably get those seams in my piece. I see, that's why you don't do that, Trish. But I already done it, so I've never done that before. I don't know why I did that now, knowing better, and I did it anyway. No one was supposed to do that. Now it's different when, like I said, when you can add to your piece, if like it's a thin part of your mold and you need to make it more secure, and that's fine. Like right here on this edge, I want that a little bit bigger, so I can, as long as I'm not adding it to the mold part, the actual part I'm going to be molding, that's fine. But if I just add it right here to the edge, it's not going to be a problem. But because I did what I just did a while ago, which I showed, that's a no-no. Don't do that. And again, so if I don't like it, I can always make another one. I'm gonna pick this up and make sure it's pushed around. And then let's see, look, I probably cut too much off the top right there, so I might have to add some back. Probably put some more here just to, you know, make it more secure. I'm gonna be more careful with the next one. So, all right, and let me see. I'm gonna put that right there, like that, and then let's go ahead and make some for this one. Yeah, I don't like that I make these big old pieces because, like I said, this stuff goes fast if you're making big pieces like this. So I'm gonna have to go get some more, or I might go ahead and I'll try making some more from the silicone like I did before. That was messy. I mean, it worked, but it was messy. There are videos out there on how to do that. That's how I learned. Look, guys, if half the stuff I didn't know how to do, I got from YouTube. YouTube and Google. I don't want that mixing, so I'll make sure all that yellow is off of there. Now let's pull out some of the part A white. We're gonna roll this out a little bit thinner next time before we do this, because this fish mermaid tail is bigger than the other one I just did. So we're gonna make sure we roll this out enough before we lay it down. Perfect. Okay. So now we're going to mix this. Mix, 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 mix. And make sure till you see no swirls of the white. And then roll it in a ball. Get all the creases, folds, whatever. Going to stretch just some. Stretch it too much because I don't want it thinning too much. I'm going to roll this down the side, push it around, roll this over, pull this over, stretch it over. So you got 3 minutes to work with this before it starts to harden. Now see, I got some ripped and some thin pieces or parts, and this is where I can just mix up some more and add to it. Now that's fine, adding to the outside of it to make it more durable, but to add to it, when you're actually wrapping your piece, that's not good. And I'm going to lift this up. I want to see. That's perfect. I'm just lay it down and push this up some more in there. You're going to push it into the piece so because you don't want any of the, you don't want nothing coming away from the piece. And that's good. See, now this piece right here, see that? See how thin that is? Now I can add some more on the outside. That's not a problem. I can add some more right here. I can mix some more and add right here to make that more a little bit thinner. But what I did a while ago on that first one, that is the no-no. You don't do that. And then there's a thin part right here. I can see through it, and right here and right over here. I can just mix some more and add that on. Alright guys, so we gotta wait another 15 minutes for that one, because we just did that one, 15-20 minutes. And when those reset, I'll be right back and we'll take them out of the molds. Okay guys, I'm back. It's been about 15 minutes, and so we're going to take these out of the molds. Now this one looks okay on the outside, but it ain't gotta be pretty. They can look a hot mess. I went ahead and added some more of the parts that were weak areas. It was on this one, it was in this corner right here, and on this one I put some more around this area where it was coming through on the back. The end of the tails were had a thin piece coming out from the bottom side here, and I added some more right here. And so I just kind of blended in, but it's not pretty, but it don't have to be. As long as it serves the purpose, it does what it needs to do, we are good. And so we're going to take that out, and there is my mold. So we're going to pour some in a minute and see how that comes out. And like I said, if I don't like the mold, I can always use this again to make another one. Okay, the crease in that was not too bad. It probably won't be too bad because it's in the tail, so it might not be too bad when I added that piece when I shouldn't have. So that's that piece, and then here is my book. Just kind of pull it back, and I didn't put any more on this, but I will later. I just make that part. And again, if I don't like this mold, or if you know, whatever, I could be sharing these molds, you know, giving them out, put them in a swap or something. See, that's like that right there. I don't like that. So it looks like it might be okay. Remember that hole that I had? See that little divot right in there? I don't know if you can see it. That little piece right there where that hole is. Right there. I'm going to cut that out with my X-Acto, because if I don't, then I have that same hole in my piece when I pour my resin. So I'm going to see if I can cut that. Let me get a sharper one. Where's my newer blade? Where is it? It's in here. It's just spinning too fast. I'm spinning it too fast. Where's my blade? Oh, is it already out? So it's already out. Ha. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of try to cut that out. Now this really won't make a big deal if I did this. I mean, if I didn't cut this out, because I'm probably most likely going to be covering my finished piece with paper anyway. But in case I don't, I just paint it. And you can also sand the piece too. You can also sand your resin piece. And like I showed you in the last video when I did resin, you can always kind of fix it before it's completely sets and hardens. And I've got creases right now. I'm not going to like this. That's going to be the underside though, so you might not see it. I might have to redo this mold. I'm not liking it. I don't like the way it's looking. And I see a weak spot, but it ain't gonna make no difference. I think I'll be making another one of this anyway. This mold. I mean, it'll work, but it can be better. Got some crap in there. Okay, so I cut that kind of out. Kind of cut that out. All right, now, so these are my molds. Now let's pour something. Yeah, so we can keep these. Well, like I said, we want to make another mold. Especially if you like, even if you don't, if the mold does turn out right, you can make another mold if you like. You want to make a similar one of them, like a whole bunch of them. Like if you want to make something, you selling it, you know, shop or something, or craft fair, then you can do like more than one, so you get more done. It, you know, instead of pouring one at a time and waiting and all that. So I already got my little cups out. This is the one I'm going to be mixing in. Where's my little sticky thingy? Got my little stir and my 2 cups. So this is going to take a lot of resin. Well, then again, it's going to take more than usual. It's not going to take a lot, but it'll take more than what I usually pour. Okay, so I'm going to mix just one, or pour one mold at a time. So I'm not going to, what I mean, I'm going to mix so much to pour in one mold at a time. Okay, so this is my 8 cup. I'm going to pour this to, let me see, let's see, it might be, okay, if I put it on, no, 2 tablespoons, a tablespoon would be too much. It says DSSP, I don't know what that is, but we'll pour to that. B part, and that's the hardener. You're going to pour it to this line. I probably should be having this on the table. Pouring it. I poured too much. I poured too much. Let's just put a little bit more of A. Oh, get the lid back on there. Put a little bit more of A. This darn rolled paper. Then again, it looks like I poured a little bit too much of the A part. So I guess I'm good. Alright. Now I want to pour in B first. That don't matter. I don't know if it matters which one you pour in first. I don't think it does. Normally I pour in A, but I don't think it matters. I'm going to try to get as much out of there as I can. I'm going to pour in A. Now, when you start stirring this, it will turn cloudy and then it'll get it clear again. See, it's cloudy, it's already white, and then it's going to go clear again, and it's clear. I'm not going to stir it a lot because I don't want it setting on me too fast. They say to stir it thoroughly. Now, in these cups, if you start stirring, you feel it heating up, that's probably a good time to start pouring, because once it starts to heat up, it's going to go pretty fast. So I'm just going to pour this in this mold. And let's hope it's enough. And it is, I think. And it's got credit, but it's not going to matter because it's going to get painted. And did I not pour enough? Probably didn't. I probably should have poured. You know what? What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stick this on here and prop this up just a little bit. To tilt this the other way. Before it starts to sit. I like that. Now, if you see any bubbles in it, you want to pop those before, because then you have little air pockets in your piece when it's done, and that's not pretty. Let's see, I see bubbles under there. You can use stick a pen, but I'm using my little stick to make sure you don't rub too hard, because then you just make more bubbles. Okay, I think that is good. And we're going to see how this mold comes out. See, it's already starting to set. Alright, let's go ahead and mix some more while that's doing its thing. And this is you know what? And I think I'm going to go ahead and pour enough of both of these. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and pour a tablespoon for each one of them. And if I have some left over, then I can always pour it in that one. It's not going to be a problem. I gotta clean that off before, because I am not. Now with this part B stuff, you're going to want to clean that off, because when it dries, it's the hardener. When it dries and you don't get that stuff off the lid, you know, if we put that cap on, you're going to have a problem getting it off. So make sure you always wipe that cap off. Wipe that off, because that hardener, it ain't no joke. And you will not get your lid off. And pour a tablespoon of part A. And that's a good idea. This don't stick, but it's still a good idea to clean it off too. That's the hardener that gives you a problem if you don't clean that bottle off. Alright, so we're going to pour in this one. And see, that's the thing with this resin. Unlike with the mold putty, if I really wanted to and I wanted to fill that up, and this is just a trial, so I'm not all that pressed about if it's not full. I can go ahead and add, even though that's already starting hard, I can still add more to that, and it'll, you know, adhere to itself. And it's, you know, you're not gonna be able to, it's just like that when I did the back of this, it's not gonna make a difference. I mean, it'll stick to itself. You just don't want to do it with this one when you're actually making your mold, because again, you'll have creases and all kinds of ugliness in your piece when you pour the resin. So both of these products, they do adhere to themselves. It's just not a good idea to do it when you're actually making the mold piece. And I think I'm gonna have to pour some more in there, because I can still see that one part of that tail coming through there. It's gonna be too thin. So I'm gonna stir this. Now, this is not a tutorial on how how to do this. I'm just showing y'all my results when I make my mold from my clay piece that I made. So I'm gonna pour this in here. There are tutorials out there on how to use this, and that's going all over my table. And you know what, I'm going to pour the rest of this in here. I'm just going to go ahead and pour the rest of that in there. stick something under this because it's on my table. It's not gonna make a difference, but I got some more here. Oh crap, I need a mold. I just got a little bit more here. Let's see if I can pour it into something before it sets on me. Let's pour it into this little dude. Okay, got bubbles. Got bubbles. We need to get rid of the bubbles. There's a bubble. Go away, bubble. Now, I don't like to clean off the flashes, so I'll be trying to clean that off before it hardens. Before it sets. Kind of clean it off. I don't like a lot of cleaning of the flashing that's hanging off. Oh, there's a bubble in here. There's a bubble in here. Oh, I got that bubble. And that's starting hard. It's trying to start to set already. Oh, let's get this off my knife before it sets, and then we're gonna be in trouble. This is a brand new knife. I don't want that sticking. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and mix up a little bit more for the book. And we're going to see what we got here. Okay, this is A. And we're going to pour, let's do 1 teaspoon. And I'll pull out another mold just in case I pour too much. I made too much and I don't want to waste it before I mix it. Just in case. I gotta remember to start moving this little, because last time I saw me doing this, I knocked over a little thing in this, and that wasn't good. Of course, didn't make a big deal to me because it was some old stuff anyway. We'll go ahead and take them out in a minute. We're going to demold one of these first before we do those. I'm going to show you what I did. Alright, now, you know what? No, I ain't going to pull out another mold because I might not need it, because I'm pretty sure I probably didn't make enough. I know I didn't make enough. I got to pour some more. That is not enough. Not enough at all. Not enough. Not enough. And I'm going to make some more clay charms. I just got to figure out what I want to make. And I'm going to be hosting a swap soon. Probably this weekend. I'm going to go ahead and get it set up or post it in Coffee Cake and Craft. I don't know if I'm going to do it in the group or I'm going to do it on my YouTube page. Here on my YouTube page. I've never done a swap on YouTube. So that'll be my first. But I'm not sure if I do it there or do it here on YouTube, or do it, or post it in the group on Facebook. Alright, so I hope this is enough. If not, we can just pour some more. So again, I'm going to pour that and pour this. You want to make sure you get a good majority out. You're not going to get it all out, but it's a good idea to get most of it, because again, this got to be equal parts for it to set correctly. I'm going to stir it till it's foggy, and it's foggy, and now it's clearing. Stir a little bit more. I'm trying not to stir it too vigorously because I don't want a lot of bubbles. Because if you get bubbles in your piece, then you'll see them on your resin piece. I mean, if you get bubbles when you pour it in your mold, you're going to see the bubbles in your piece. And this is probably not even enough either. Yeah, that's enough. Oh, no, it ain't. No, it's not. Let's scrape the crap out of this to get all of that out of there. It's not enough. Well, darn it. I just need a teeny bit more. Because there is my sort of page stops. Ugh, crap. I gotta pour a little bit more. Yeah. It's starting to be a pain in the devil. I'm just gonna pour a smidge. Or a smidge. I don't know how much a smidge, y'all. I'm just saying. And again, if I don't have enough, I'll just continue mixing until I do. I'll take that back off and pour some more of that. Oh yeah, I'm going to definitely need some more of this. My cup. I hope this is enough. And the hardener is it's not as thick as the resin. The part B is thicker than part A. I bet this ain't enough. But guess what? It's gonna have to be because I ain't mixing them all. I don't feel like it. Not for this piece anyway. And I see a bubble. And pop that bubble. Pop it. Pop it. Pop it. Pop it. Pop it. Pop it. I don't want to pop, y'all. Yeah. Bubbles are not your friend when you pour resin. It really isn't. Not your friend at all. I'm gonna turn around. Make sure there was a bubble. There's a bubble. Because they are ugly little things when they show up in your piece. Not pretty at all. Not pretty. Okay, let's set that there. Put that there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up. See, as long as you have a porous, non-porous surface, it'll come right off. And it's hard, and it's warm, it's hot in this piece. Okay, we'll come back to these in a minute. I'm going to show you what I did while I was handling. I did some flowers. This is some things that I made from a box, embellishment box, Christmas July embellishment box swap that I got from Andre Gould, and she had those green flowers in there, and I poured me some. Made me some mold. I don't know. I did 3 because they're real tiny, so I did 3 flowers. These are the flowers that I did. Those flowers. And I did some doves. I think I put them too close together. They was in the box too. I was going to do one, but I said, wait a minute, I mixed up too much. Let me go ahead and grab another real quick and put that in there. So, it might be okay. That's the 2 doves. And I did the snowman. That's the snowman I did. And that is my snowman. Maybe those large, they turned out really good. And then on this one I did a flower. And I think it's a snowflake of some kind. Alright. So yeah, that did very good. this flower. Oh, that is a pretty flower. I hope that turned out. That is a really good mold. Ah, that is beautiful. Okay, so these are the other two pieces that I did. I made molds of that. I'm going to show you what the mold looks like. And that is what my mold looks like. We might just pour these two. See what those look like. Okay, so I'm going to put these up. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put them back in. I'm going to just move out the way for right now. And then we're going to the moment of truth. Okay. Oh, let's do. See this one? I poured too much, and I probably need to put some more on there because it was over pour. All right, let's see what this fishtail looks like. Or mermaid tail. I like it. Look at that, guys. Okay, I got a little piece of flashing with my scissors. I'm gonna cut this off. Oh, that turned out really good. I like it. A bit of an overpour on the back, or that part of the tail. I'll probably carve that down a little bit. There's that one. I like it a little closer. That's that one. And let's see what this one looks like. Oh, cool. I like it, guys. Got some flashing to cut off the back. I'm gonna use my knife. I'm going to make another tail because of the fact that I baked it too long. Or, yeah, I baked it too long because it was burnt to a crisp. Which, again, wasn't a big deal. But it did distort the pattern in it. But you can still see it. I like it. Look at that, guys. Let me get in frame. And probably next time I'll be showing a video of me painting it, or I might just do a project share after I paint it. I don't know. I like this. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. Kind of big though. Oh. Alright, now let's do the book. Oh. Ooh, this is hot. It is hot. And this is the book. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. Because it's kind of rolled over the edge of the book. It kind of rolled over. I didn't pull the mold back enough. And so when that happens, this is what you get. You see that what that looks around the edge when you don't put that mold putty around your piece that you're molding real good, or you put it over too far. That's what happens. Easy fix though. All I gotta do is take my knife, or if you got a Dremel or some kind of grinder or whatever, or even a file. You can wait till it completely hardens, because this is still kind of soft. It's been in for 20 minutes. I don't know why. Or 5-10 minutes. I don't know why it's still soft, because this thing is hot. And you can sand it. So it's not really a big deal. It's just extra freaking work. And my mold, I'm gonna have to make another one because that mold is down in those. I don't like it. I mean, I'll use it for something, but I'm not using that mold again. I mean, it's okay, but it can be better. So again, guys, this is if you you want to pour resin, or want to start pouring resin, and you don't want to go out and buy the resin and the molds, and you know, or well, no, I take that back, because that has nothing to do with the other. Let's put it this way: if you want custom pieces, I was right. If you want custom molds and you don't want to buy it, you can make your own. Or, like I said, I might end up getting that mermaid tail eventually, but for right now, I just make my own because I can. So this is gonna take some cleaning up, but simply because the mold didn't take real good. There's all kinds of rows down there at the top of the book, and it does. I don't know what happened there. So I'm gonna have to make another mold out of this one, out of this book. The book is fine, but just the mold didn't turn out right for some reason. Probably because I probably should have pushed that in there. I don't know. Oh, and let me show you. That's another thing. When I did these other molds, these right here, when I did these, I did push them in. I flattened it out a little bit, excuse me, and I did push it in a little bit, but I didn't push it all the way. Then I flipped it over, and then I continued to push it down and push in to make sure it goes around the piece. So I still got this flat edge. It's not rolled. So I did push it on there, push it in there initially, and then I didn't push it all the way in, but then I took it and I flattened it like that. Same with all of these. You know what? And these are just so, these turn out really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and pour some. Let's pour these. Let's pour these. I love my mermaid tails. Those are so cool. Wait a minute. Let's do mold this one. This has a lot of flashing. And again, for you Supernatural fans, which I am one, love me some Supernatural. Love Dean and Sam. And Castiel, and you know, I freaking bubble. Dang it. This is Dean's necklace back in the day. Now, I explained in the last video when I poured this piece, when I actually made that. What did I split it the last video? I don't remember. But anyway, I explained in that video what happened with Dean's necklace, how he came about getting it, and what happened to it. It's some kind of protection amulet, and Dean, he always wore it. And when Castiel asked for it, he didn't want to give it up, but he gave it to him. But then after Castiel gave it back, that baby went in the garbage. Dean did not want to wear it no more. Okay, so that's what that piece looks like. I can't think of the name, what it's called. I knew what the name was, but it's some kind of name I can't really pronounce. I'll just be good at pronouncing things. But yeah, this has a name. It's some kind of protection amulet, and Dean wore it all the time. And I got a little bubble there. So the part, wait a minute, let me go ahead and, because it's supposed to be where you can, it's like a charm. Put some rope there to put it on or a chain or something to wear it. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that part out. But in that part, it's probably should be sturdy enough. I mean, I'm not gonna use it for that anyway. But it got a bowl in it. And I'm going to tell you, and as I told you, those bubbles are not your friend. I'm going to show you why. You get it real up close. I'm going to show you what happens when you don't make sure you get the bubbles out. You see that right there? See that ugliness right there? That's what happens when you don't get the bubbles out. So yeah. But yeah, but that's what that looks like. That's that. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and pour these. I just want to pour them just to see what they look like because they turned out so good. Let me see. Let me see. How much do I need to mix? My cups. My damn cups. How I get way over there? Oh, that's my B cup. Oh, B cup. Oh, here they are. Let me see. How much should I mix? Probably a tablespoon? Teaspoon? I don't think a teaspoon. We'll do that's next one. I'm going to pull out something just in case I mix too much. Let's see. What do I want to pour? What do I want to pour? Let's pour some. I haven't poured in a while. You know what? We'll pour this or this. We'll pour the cherub again or the Mockingjay pen. Alright, so let's do some pouring. Okay, this is the B cup. And we're going to pour it up to okay. I'm gonna wipe this off. And then part A, let's move it out of the way. And we're gonna pour part A. Okay. Clean that off. Bring it back in our cup. Oops. I'm going to stick to that. And we're going to pour. I like resin. I think next, when I play in resin, I'm going to do the clear resin. But that's going to be a 2-day thing because you got to wait at least 15 to 24 hours for that stuff to set. That doesn't set up as fast as this does. I like it too, but it just takes too long. Okay, let's stir. It's foggy or turn white, and now it's clear again. Okay, let's pour in here. And I'll over pour. Oop. I got bubbles. I see bubbles. Gotta get the bubbles out. Go away, bubble. Go away. These will not be pretty if I don't get all these freaking bubbles out. I'm gonna be mad. They won't come out. Gosh darn it. I wasn't pouring it that, stirring it that hard. Why is it? I don't think that one has any bubbles. I better pour this before this gets starting to heat up in my hand. I'll definitely pour that one. Pour that. Pour those. Overpour. Let's pour the cherub. I think let's go ahead and pour this. Yep, I poured enough. See, it's starting to set. I gotta spread this out before, because crap, I thought I poured enough in that. Nope, I messed that one up. Thought I poured enough. I didn't. Yeah, well. What's that starting to set? Let's get these freaking bubbles out of here. Get out of there. Oh well. I'll just pour some more. Dangling bubbles though. They're not fun. This is a really good mold. I just didn't pour it right, and I didn't pour it enough. Had I poured it right, I would have had enough. But I didn't. Okay. Flowers aren't starting to set yet. Cherub is setting. That flower, I think I had bubbles in that. Crap. And my doves. Okay. Alright, so I really like my mermaid tail. Let's look at these again while those are setting. I'll show you this again. Now, that wasn't in the original piece when I before I baked it. That got an air pocket, so I mean it doesn't look bad. I kind of like it. And then there's the, see that little bow right there. So I kind of like the texture. I'm not mad about that. And you can still see the scales a little bit. So I am definitely going to make another one and not over bake it. And it's going to be similar to this one because I want it like I originally made it. I'm going to see if I can make it a little bit smaller though. And then this one, let's cut off some of that extra stuff. Like I said, if you don't want to use it exactly, you got a file or a Dremel or something, which I normally do. Well, not normally, but sometimes I do pull up my Dremel and I do that. When I want it to be perfect, then I will get out my Dremel. But yeah, that was cute too. Oh, let's get in the frame. That is that one. Cute. Cute. And then the book. I'm not feeling this book. I'm gonna definitely make another mold of this. The original piece is fine, it's just the mold didn't turn out so hot. I think next time. I guess it just works better if you're pushing the piece into the mold or the mold putty, depending on I guess what kind of mold it is, you know, as far as the detail in it and the size and shape of it. Because then sometimes it's just easier just to push it in there. Now that turned out really good. That turned out perfect. Now that is cool. Let me show you the original. Where is it? What do I do with the original? Okay, the original and the copy. Isn't that cute? Oh. That turned out really good. That's a really good mold. Let's do this one. I think this got a bubble in it. And then I over poured that snowflake. So if I don't over pour it, then it did really good too. I gotta cut the flashing off. There's the original and its copy. Once I cut off the excess or flashing. So that's a really good mold. And then that flower. Oh my god, it is gorgeous. It got bubbles in it, but it's really pretty. Let me show you the original. The mold is really good, but it had freaking bubbles in it. This is the original. This is the copy. So that's a really good mold. I just gotta not pour with the freaking bubbles. Let's go ahead and demold this. I know this got bubbles in it. Oh, yeah, it still got bubbles in it. Yeah, I already showed you that one. I did that when I was still setting. And then the two dots, which all I gotta do is cut these apart. Ooh, that did pretty good. I thought it had bubbles, but it didn't. I just gotta cut them apart and cut the flashing off. So that's really good. Okay, so this is the original, and these are the copies. They stuck together because I just did it over pour, and all I gotta do is come apart. But that is really good. That turned out perfect, except the over pour part. No bubbles or anything. So yeah, I like that mold. Yay! Another good mold. Okay, now we're just gonna wait for these to. I'm thinking this is a really good mold too, except the fact that it had dang bubbles in it. Oh, I think I got all the bubbles out. It's got a little bit of flashing. Let me go ahead and take them all out before I show them all. Cut the flashing off a little bit. So this is a really good mold too. Again, just gotta not pour so much. I gotta find. I had got in a swap a long time ago. Those little piping syringy thingies, and I never used them, and I need to find them because before I didn't know what to use them for. Okay. So these turn out pretty good. Let me get your original. They turn out pretty good. So the green is the original, of course, and the white ones are the copies. So those are really, it's a really good mold. Cool, Trish. Alrighty then, guys. So, wait a minute. Let's go ahead and pull this trail. I don't know if I showed this trail or not before. I made this a long time ago, too. Let's go ahead and cut the flashing off of it a little bit. Just a little bit. But this is one also that I made off a little charm that I got in a swap. And see, that's what's good about these this amazing mold putty in the resin, because you can get pieces in a swap that you've never seen anywhere, and you don't know where to get it, or you can't get it, and you just make copies of it, so you have it. Just like these doves, this little Santa, this beautiful flower, and this cherub. I got this in a swap a long time ago. I made a copy of it. It was only got but one. But I made a copy of that little chair, and it is just too cute. So yeah, so that is the one good thing about the Amazing Mold Putty, is that you can make copies of something that you got in a swap, or and if you can't find it, it's not in your area, or you just want to buy it. Well, like, why buy it when you can make a copy of it? I mean, it's nothing as good as the original, but it's easier in your pocket too. Let's see. I want to cut these off before it starts to get too hard, and then I have to use my force and probably break out the Dremel and all that other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and cut at least one of these doubles apart and let y'all see them, because these turned out really good. No bubbles or anything. If I don't mess it up trying to cut out the flashing. Yeah, Trish, just don't muck it up. Don't muck it up. Oh, I see one little bubble. It's not really that noticeable. It's not bad. It's not ugly. Because if it were, then I would have saw it when I first pulled it out of the mold. So those kind of bubbles, those aren't the bad ones. If you don't see when you first pull it out, and then you go back and look at the piece again, and then you notice it, that's different. But when you get them ugly bubbles that show up when you first pull a piece out, yeah, not good at all. I think I see them. Well, let's see me cut this apart, because it kind of drawn right here, so I don't think that'll be a problem. Hopefully I won't have to make that mold again. I mean, if I did, it would be just for mass producing. Or I want to make them faster than just pouring one at a time, or two at a time. I can pour 4 at a time. Okay. Let's get use scissors a little bit. Yeah, so I didn't cut off that part. That was tail. Just a little too much. Wait a minute. Nope, I think I cut too much off of him. Nope, where's the original? What is the original? Sometimes you have to go by the original to see what, if you got a lot of flash, you gotta go by the original, see what you need to cut off if you can't see it. Yeah, good enough. It's a good mold. Nevertheless, it's a pretty good mold. Original copy. Again, I'm just cutting off this flashing as best I can. Like I said, I could probably get, I know I can get to it better if I had my my Dremel. Just gotta go and cut a lot of that out. And then plus it was over pour. See that rounded, that dome on the back? That's what I like. Okay, so, oh, wait a minute, I forgot a piece. This video is getting rather long. I need to hurry up. Did I cut his beak off? Almost. Oh, yeah, probably did a little bit. But okay. Again, original copy. Not bad. Well, there you go, guys. And this is supposed to be Katniss's Mockingjay pen, but I didn't pour enough of it. Then I didn't pour in the right spots because I didn't fill all the spots. All the spots are not supposed to be filled in. So I'm not going to bother showing you that one. But there you go, guys. So that is how you can make your own custom molds by making them first with clay, polymer clay, then making the mold, and then, or custom resin pieces, custom molds, whatever you want to call it. And you can do it without buying certain stuff. Let's pull this up. So again, let me show you my tails, which is what I mainly want to do. I want to show you the tails again. Those are so cool. You see how big they are? I want it kind of big, but I don't. This is a little bit too big. This is probably perfect size, but I'm not liking the really shape of it. But there you go, guys. So yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a crafty day, and I'm finna go get me some drink. I'm thirsty. All right. Bye-bye, guys.